Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to cover all of the new Nations of Hockey cards, and we're also going to get into what are the most important X Factor and Zone abilities that you want to activate on your team to give yourself the best advantage to win. After a few months of playing this game and having this new format in NHL with their X Factor abilities, there's definitely 3 or 4 that are bar none more important than the rest, in all honesty. So we're going to get into that. Guys, if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the most up-to-date NHL news, tips, and info. Seriously, go hit subscribe right now. What's it going to do? And give the video a like. Thanks. All right, let's get into the video. All right, we'll start down at the bottom with the 85 Tyson Jost, 5'11", with wingman as well as buzzing. Also has heart and soul. Not going to want to activate that. Honestly, there are far better 85 overall cards to use at center. He's only got 76 on the draws. Defensive awareness can only get up to 88, and his acceleration and speed is well below 90, and his shooting in the mid-80s. There are just far better centermen that you can go out and activate, so this would be a pass for me with the Tyson Jost. We've got the 85 overall Dawson Mercer from Canada with Light the Lamp as well as Applesauce or Magician, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 95 agility. Also has decent shooting, 96 shot power, 90 on the wrist shot accuracy with synergies activated. Body checking is only 79 though. To get a pure wingers, defensive and offensive awareness, or defensive awareness is very low at 83. Not all that important, however. If you're just first starting the game, I think there are some better right-handed wingers. I mean, even the base Matthew Barzal would be pretty decent. But, however, the wrist shot power and accuracy, you're really not going to find among 85 overall cards. So, if you get him for the very low minimum, the base price of what 85s are going for, this could be a half-decent card for anyone that's just starting the game out. David Kampf, the 6'2" center, has Workhorse and Thief, as well as Shutdown, 86 speed, 88 acceleration, 89 on the draws. Again, like, the cost for 86 overall cards is about 18,000 coins. I really don't see, even though he is 6'2", 86 speed at this point in the game is just going to be awfully difficult to use no matter what position they play. So this would just be a pass unless you're a David Kampf fan. Asmus Ristolainen, 6'4" with Magician as well as Bombarded, can also get Protector, 87 speed, 87 acceleration with 90 agility, has 91 on the shot power, 91 puck control, defensive awareness at 86, and stick checking at 88. Obviously, big, huge defensemen are extremely valuable in their own zone, and this one does come with Silver Truculence. You'd have to be able to use this card effectively, and you'll know if you give up a lot of end-to-end rushes or 2-on-1s, Ristolainen, that card type is not going to be viable for you. And 87 speed is really rough, but if you are looking for a decent right-handed defenseman that's huge that you can pair with someone fast, like Quinn Hughes, for example, this, you could do worse. Then we've got the 87 overall Vinny Trocheck with Distributor and Gladiator, 90 speed, 88 acceleration, shot under 90. He's 5'10", 87 overall cards are going for 30K. Just not enough value here, in my opinion. Fowler at 89 overall, 6'1" with Workhorse as well as buzzing, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, and honestly, one of the sneaky good left-handed cards that you can get right now. 40,000 to 50,000 coins is where you're going to have to spend to get 89 overall cards. So if he's in that range, I do think he is valuable if you can activate Workhorse and buzzing. I think that the speed, again, you're not going to find a lot of cards that are above 6 foot, that have above 90 speed in this game among defensemen, especially on the left-hand side. There's just not a lot of great ones to go after. So for that price point, I do like it. Then we've got the 89 overall Jonathan Toews with Wingman as well as Light the Lamp. Also has Fly the Zone, so 89 speed, 91 acceleration. Always has very good defensive stats. Does have Shutdown and Third Eye. Honestly, Jonathan Toews cards have been pretty good in the past. His skating is not very elite. And again, the cost at around 40 to 50,000 coins is a little tough to stomach, but again, the face-off stat along with defensive awareness and stick checking is pretty good. His shot is in the 90s. You could do worse in all honesty. Aaron Ekblad from Team Canada comes in next with Workhorse as well as Bombarded. Has Seeing Eye and Thunderclap. And again, 6'4", 91 speed, 89 speed, 91 acceleration, and great defensive stats. This is a very good right-handed defenseman. Now, you're going to want to try and get him for around 50,000, but he's probably going to go for a little bit more because he is, again, defensemen as a whole are just not all that available. At 6'4" with about 90 skating, that's still very valuable. And if you can't afford some of the bigger right-handed defensemen, obviously this would be a nice fix here. Again, there's just not a lot. If you don't have Brent Burns, for example, this is a decent one. Doesn't have shutdown, obviously, but it's 6'4" with 90 speed. Not bad at all. Moving on to the 91, Jacob Vrana, and this is one of the better cards at 90 overall. Has elite edges as well as snipe. I would not activate that at all, but elite edges is very good for a superstar ability. 92 speed, 92 acceleration. Not a bad card at all. Very, very quick among left-handed wingers. Shot is in the mid-90s. Hand stats are in the mid-90s. This is low-key one of the better left-handed wingers that are non-master set cards. We'll take a look if he's going in the auction now. 70K, I really like that value in all honesty. And then we've got the 92, William Nylander from Sweden with Magician and Gladiator, as well as Booming Shot, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, mid-90s shooting. He's got great hand stats. You know, defensively, gets up to 91 defensive awareness, 93 stick checking. This is a very good right-handed winger card, honestly. If you don't have any of the big ones like Evo Kairu or maybe Jack Eichel, Stamkos, those kind of Barzal, McKinnon, those kind of players, and you are starting your team out around the holidays, these are the cards that you want to go after instead of chasing X Factors and trying to catch up with those because the cost is so high. He is going to be expensive, around 100,000. That's what I thought, but I actually don't mind that price point at all for this William Nylander. All right, guys, now let's talk about some X Factors and the ones that I think that you want to activate on your team, no matter what, the ones that, in my opinion, are just a little overpowered. I think that a hot topic right now is just the adjustment of some of these abilities, because there are some that are far too cheap and there are some that are far too expensive. But I'll go over what I would recommend you focus on, because there's really only a few that I think are worth activating. The first one I'm going to talk about is Post to Post. This is the single-handed best ability that is in this game, which is wild because we all thought that goaltenders, in all honesty, were just kind of an afterthought when it comes to abilities, not worth activating because goalies never really matter. However, Post to Post, specifically goal Post to Post, is the biggest effector of wins and losses sometimes. Like, it will win you games having goal Post to Post activated. Now, the only card that I think that is worth it not having it on is Pekka Rinne and Mikko Koskinen, if you don't have him. But the silver Post to Post is a must on Pekka Rinne, and honestly, I think it's a must on every goaltender because you're just missing out on that huge advantage. Light work, I think, is very good, specifically on Pekka Rinne, but if you have gold Post to Post, I wouldn't even worry about any of the other abilities. I think that, you know, it is easily the most impactful ability in this game. Next would be Quick Draw, and the reason why I like this one is 6 ability points does a little bit higher, but it's not to the point where it costs an absolute ton. The reason why I think Quick Draw is one of the best abilities you can get in this game is because it dramatically improves your ability to win the faceoff in the defensive zone, especially when doing tie-ups. And if you are good at the faceoffs, you can basically win every draw in the defensive zone. I think it gives you a big leg up over your competition, and obviously winning the draw into the defensive zone is extremely important. So having this on your centerman, I think, is just a really, really nice addition and something that you want to focus on. Obviously, there's other abilities that are going to be more impactful just throughout the play and scoring goals, but there are few that impact the game as much as Quick Draw. Some of the other ones I do like are Elite Edges. Now, this is going to help you improve your left to right movement, making those cuts. It's something that I kind of preach and harp to you guys about, getting into that next level of improving your game. If you want to watch my advanced tip video, it'll show you how to do those cuts effectively, and Elite Edges really helps you improve that. I don't like the full cost if you are using the gold one, unless it is on your first line. And in my opinion, guys, you should only be activating abilities on your first 2 lines, because outside of that, they just don't see the ice enough. Born Leader is another one because of the cost, and if they score, especially on the top lines, just a huge advantage getting that big energy boost. You could just fire your first line right back out there. Wheels is a funny one. I think that Wheels is only worth activating on the cards that are in the high 90s, the very high 90s. I'm talking about Dylan Larkin, Matt Duchene, for example, and the reason being is that if they are lower in speed, no matter what, even with wheels, like let's say you have 92 speed with wheels on, if you're going up against a defenseman that has, let's say, Adam Fox, for example, at 93 speed or 94, it's not going to give you enough of a boost for 10 ability points. That's just way too much, in my opinion. However, there are very few cards that have 98, 99 speed. Wheels gives you that advantage because there are no cards that can keep up to that over the long run. And if you have wheels on it, I think it's more important. And if they play wing, I'm not huge on activating wheels among centermen. So again, just keep that in mind. And the last one, after Post to Post, easily the biggest, most overpowered ability is Gold Shutdown. This makes your poke-checks automatic, and when you combine it with players that are 6'4" and above, even 6'3", they have such a reach that, you just completely shut off zone entries. And people have to just avoid straight up when you're playing Victor Hedman and you see Victor Hedman on the ice, you have to just straight up avoid him, because if you get close to that reach, it's so long that you can literally just hit R1 and you'll lose the puck. So Shutdown is, in my opinion, one that needs to go up higher in ability points. At only 2, it's really ridiculous. In my opinion, I would like to see it go to 6. I think that would be kind of fair, and I honestly think post to post should go up to at least 10 to make it a little bit more significant of a change. But anyone, defensemen that have an entire defense core that has Shutdown and they're big is just super overpowered right now. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.